Hello, this is Ange. You're watching the Final Whistle podcast. Welcome. Before we go any further, please like, share, subscribe, do all that social media stuff, and don't forget this episode is sponsored by Backstitch.com, the exact same place you can go to get your personalised red and yellow referee cards, complete with your name and look at that, the referee forum logo on it as well. I say the referee forum logo, does it bear a striking resemblance to anyone you know? It doesn't have to be your name, it can also be your initials. What a fantastic gift this is for someone that you think deserves recognition as a referee for a hard season of work, or maybe you just want to be self-indulgent like me and get your name on a set of red and yellow cards so that when you show them, like that, frozen, that's what ends up in the newspaper or on Twitter the next day, and everyone knows exactly who sent that player off. Right, here's the episode. Don't forget, do like, share, subscribe, yada yada yada. Enjoy.
Why football referees deserve to be paid more. Do you ever think about how much referees get paid? Probably not, but it's worth considering. After all, they have a tough job. Not only do they have to put up with a lot of abuse from players and fans, but they also have to make split-second decisions that can often determine the outcome of a game. So, are referees underpaid for their job? Let's take a look.
Unless you're a referee or a manager of a football team, you probably aren't bothered about how much a referee gets paid or anything like that. If you're a manager, you probably think they get overpaid, or paid too much, or it's not worth it, or you're getting rinsed or whatever. But I'm going to break down why I think referees just aren't paid enough. It's weird. It's like this reverse bell curve of if you ref local leagues on your front door, you do all right. If you get promoted, go up a league, and then you're out of your house for 8 to 10 hours, driving 50 odd miles away to run a line on a what is supposed to be a better standard of football league, you get less. I mean, if you work it all out, expenses, time away from your family, away from your home, it's less than minimum wage. Now, before people go, oh, minimum wage, referees are self-employed, yeah, if you're self-employed, minimum wage doesn't exist, and referees offer their services as a contractor, I guess, at best. But the minimum wage should be a yardstick. The whole being self-employed doesn't mean you should undervalue yourself and go out and referee for, what, £4 an hour, £5 an hour. So here we go. I'm going to break down why I think referees are underpaid and why it makes no sense to want to progress when there's no financial incentive.
1. It's a tough life being a referee.
So it's tough being a referee. Last season, typically I got £40 a game if I was the referee, and that was all in. There was no mileage, there was no expenses or anything like that. That £40 you got for getting all your kit together, driving to a ground, usually a 3G AstroTurf somewhere, and you referee the game, you supply your own drinks because there's no such thing as refreshments in Merseyside for referees. You got to bring your own. That's different. When I was down in Sussex, I was really looked after. Same level as I'm at now. They just looked after the referees. Up in Merseyside, you're hated. You are really, really hated. It's sad. And then obviously when you finish the game, in your car, drive home or drive to your next game. So it's all in. If you can get yourself a game that's 15 to 20 minutes away from your home, 15 to 30 minutes at a push, I think you do all right for that 40 quid. You want to arrive at the ground about 45 minutes before kickoff, and then obviously you have 45 minutes of game time in the first half, a 15-minute break, and another 45 minutes afterwards. And then usually 10 minutes where you're kind of scrabbling around trying to get someone to pay you at the end because they weren't ready at the beginning, or how it goes. So that's fine there. As I said, as you go up in the leagues, you'd be expected to be an assistant referee to a referee at a higher level. Generally speaking, you'd get about half to 75% of the referee's wage at that level. I think on the Northwest Counties League last year, this is just ballparking it, I'm not sure, the fee for an assistant referee was about £25-30, something like that. Did you get mileage? I don't know. I remember applying for that league, seeing how low the pay would be compared to how much time I'd be spending away, because these games could be an hour and a half, 2 hours away from your front door. So that's both ends. That's 3 to 4 hours just traveling to the game, plus the game itself, which can be, you have to get there even earlier, an hour before kickoff or more. And then the just shy of 2 hours game time. You're walking away with 30 quid in your pocket at the end of that for that 7 or 8 hours. How is any referee going to be motivated to do that? Of course, I do it because I love football. That's great. That's brilliant. Love doesn't put food in your belly. Love does not put petrol in your car. Love does not heat your home. You're a referee with a skill set. If refereeing was easy, loads of people would do it. The fact is, there's a huge shortage because no one wants to referee, and the reason for that is the pay ain't that good, at the level I've just discussed. And you tell me another job where, a referee, the person doing the job would get abused to the level that a referee does. And I'm talking about, can you imagine if a dishwasher repairman turns up to your house, starts tinkering away, and immediately you criticise them, you tell them that they're doing wrong, and when they don't listen, they say, mate, just let me do my job. You call them a cunt, you call them a bastard, you call them whatever you want to do, and they're expected to take it. When was the last time you saw a red card in the Premier League for someone swearing at the referee? Can't remember. That doesn't help.
2. You work long hours for not a lot of pay. 3. And when you do get paid, it's often not nearly enough to cover all your costs. Initial training, DBS checks and safeguarding training, buying the kit and equipment, registering with your county, the cost to get to your assigned games.
So let's talk about the costs of being a referee. So say you're not qualified and you want to become a referee, well, straight away you're going to be throwing about 120 quid to your county FA. Oh, that's great. As soon as you've paid, you can go out and referee. Right, wrong. You've also got to get your DBS clearance now. For those of you that are watching this that aren't based in England or the United Kingdom, the DBS is basically they check your criminal record, make sure you haven't fiddled kids or anything like that, and if that's clean, away you go. You can referee. On top of that, you've got safeguarding training, which runs out every 2 to 3 years, which is I don't know why referees have to go through safeguarding training. I think it's more for the clubs and people involved with the clubs. I mean, what am I expected to do if I turn up somewhere? My focus is on the game. It's not on what goes on in the changing rooms, because most places don't have a changing room. I literally step out onto the pitch and there I am, away I go. Someone explain to me what the purpose of safeguarding for referees is, please, because I don't understand. You've got to buy your kit and equipment. Now, the trendy referees want to get the latest Nike gear, the warm-up tops and all that sort of stuff. I think the latest referee top, if you get it badged, is going to be about 50 to 60 quid. That's just for the shirt. Then you've got shorts at about 20 quid, socks between 5 and 10 pounds. That's just to go out looking like a referee. Whistles, cards, wallets, a coin to flip, flags to give you your club assistant referees. It all adds up. This is before you've even blown your first whistle of your first game. So we've got a prohibitively expensive paywall that would stop a lot of youngsters. I mean, when I qualified to referee, it was 19-ish years ago, and I barely paid 20 quid for it. If I had to pay 120 quid for it, I would never have become a referee. And 19 years of football. I mean, let's talk about last season. I think I clocked over 140 games. If I wasn't a qualified referee, 140 games in an average season. 140 games over 19 seasons. How many matches that uncovered? Someone do the maths and put it in the comments, because maths ain't my thing. I don't know, but it's a lot. It's gonna be it's thousands of games that would have gone uncovered if for the sake of what? For the sake of the I don't understand why they could charge 20 quid 19 years ago. Inflation's not really done anything where 20 quid 20 years ago is now worth 120 quid now. I know inflation's something that's a hot topic, but there's no way that it's gone. It's not that hot. It's not gone boof. It's not 1920s Germany, for God's sake. Basically, if you're watching this thinking, what's the perks of being a referee? It's not the pay. It's definitely not the pay. If you're gonna referee, expect to be underpaid. That's the reality of it. That is the world that we live in, especially in the United Kingdom. I mean, I put posts out on the referee forum saying that there was a tournament that had been organised and they wanted to pay £50 for the referee for 10 hours. It's going to be £5 an hour. And people were saying, well, you're not going to referee for all 10 hours. Those people have never refereed a tournament in England before. First of all, if you expect a tournament to end when they say it's going to end, add about an hour to it, because it never runs to time. Secondly, if you're expecting to be fed, if you get fed, it's a bonus. If you get a toilet break, that's a bonus. What sort of a setup have we got going on where a toilet break should be considered a bonus? Or we've got a tent for the referees, you can have a little rest in there. Shade from the 30-degree sun is a bonus, is a perk of you offering 10 hours of your day for 50 quid. And people say, oh, but it's for the clubs, it's so that the clubs can survive. I refereed a charity game not so long ago. It raised £35,000 for charity. Fantastic cause. Weapons down, gloves up. Still got paid. I still got paid for it. It's a cost of operation. You want to make money as a club, there are costs that come in with running these tournaments. If you don't want to pay referees, if you want to make it as financially lucrative as possible for the club, so you can buy extra bibs and cones next season, just get volunteer referees. Just say, all right, we'll look after you. The money that we would have given you to attract you here, instead of being offensively low, like £5 an hour, we'll just look after you. We'll say thank you. We'll feed and water you. We'll bring extra volunteers in. Look, you don't have to be a qualified referee to referee at a tournament. The games pretty much look after themselves. I know that some counties say you must have an affiliated referee, but come on. In the season, if there aren't enough referees to go around and someone's dad jumps in or mum jumps in, suddenly it's fine. Which again, it confuses me why they insist that you register as a referee and don't do unaffiliated football, because registered referees have got their safeguarding checks, they've had their DBS, they've had their training. But if you're on the day and there's no referee, I just get anyone to do it. It's fine. Don't worry about safeguarding. Pedo Dave, get Pedo Dave in to do it. He's someone's dad. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Doesn't make sense. Either all games have a referee that's been safeguarded and it's a really important thing that needs to be done, and if you can't get a ref, that game doesn't get covered by a ref. It just doesn't happen. Or safeguarding is not that important. It's a money-making spinner by the county FAs to get themselves more cash under the umbrella of we're protecting kids. Is it protecting kids?
4. If you're thinking of becoming a referee, be prepared to be underpaid. 5. But it's not all doom and gloom.
Listen, it's not all doom and gloom. There are benefits to being a referee. What's it called when you go through like a shared trauma together and you come out the other side? Basically, it's that, but with other referees. You end up becoming really good mates with the community of referees, whether that be local or, in the leagues that you operate on or nationally operate on, or through Facebook and social media. you go through a shared experience of abuse and, unfortunately, for some, assault. And so you're in this band of brothers and sisters of people who, like I said, it's a shared trauma. So that brings this group together, and a problem shared is a problem halved. They say, but I don't know if it is. But basically, yeah, the camaraderie amongst referees usually is great. Yeah, there's some snakes, there's some rats. Of course there is, but you're going to get that anywhere. On the whole, most other referees are nice, good people. Not all, but most. You really need to love football to want to be a referee. It's don't become a referee thinking that you'll do 5 games in a day and pull in 200 quid for doing it, because you won't. You'll very quickly come to hate the game if you do that. That's the reality of it. Don't expect much support. There are some counties in England which are brilliant for supporting the referees, but on the whole, referees are forgotten about. It's sad. I've reached out to my own county. I've reached out nationally. Obviously with the referee forum, I have a huge following of referees. It's in the tens of thousands. My reach on the posts that I do is in the hundreds of thousands. Sometimes it hits 1 million people reached in a month. Obviously what I say and share resonates with people, but not the people in power. I think they've kind of built themselves up, and in the Lego movie where everything is awesome, but it's really not. But they keep churning out that song, everything is awesome. It's not awesome. But if you're in that, you I guess you think that it is. And anyone that says, oh guys, it's maybe not that awesome, can we talk about that? Like, what? Yes, it is awesome. Have you not seen this respect video that we've done? Everything's awesome. It's not awesome. I'd just like to engage with a few more people in positions of authority, and people that can actually make a change on the game. But well, I'll just keep making my memes and making my videos. I'm reaching my 1 million people a month on a good month, and maybe one day the penny will drop, and it's going to be too late. I mean, in the UK, I'm waiting, sadly, for some referee to get so messed up, so badly assaulted that they do die. At that point, it'll be too late. At that point, you just watch the outcry of everyone going, oh no, this is disgusting, oh, I could see this coming, blah, blah, blah. But nothing was ever done to prevent it. Nothing. Anyway, that's my point about referees and their pay. It's not great. It needs to go up. It needs to go up just to cover the cost of petrol. How much that's gone up, but there we go. Before I sign off, please do take a minute to like, share, and if you've got something to say based on anything that you've heard me say in this video, please pop it in the comments below. I'll carry on the discussion. I always do. Whether you agree with me or not, a lot of people say, oh, if you don't listen to Ant, if you don't agree with Ant, then it's my way or the highway. Not really, because all those people that disagree with me, I mean, take a look at the comments of the previous posts, the previous videos. They're all there. We're openly disagreeing, but don't pretend like I shut anyone down that disagrees with me. I'll make my point, but I don't stop anyone from sharing theirs. That's stupid for anyone that suggests that. Alright, that's enough talking. Referees' pay, I think it's too low. It does need to go up. There are places where it's pathetically low. I'm talking like £20 a game for open age men's Sunday league. That's ridiculous. If you're on a league like that, find another league. Find a better league. And aside from that, unless you're on the Premier League or the Football League, unless you're a select group referee, you're not there for the money. The money cannot be a factor. And the referees that say, I don't referee for the money anyway, if you are a referee that says that, and I expect you never to take a match fee ever again, because you're not doing it for the money, you're doing it because you love football so much. And if money truly isn't a factor for you, Don't take any. Let the clubs keep it. Because you love football so much, you don't want to see clubs fold because they can't afford to play anymore. So stop taking match fees. Stop taking match fees. Or shut up and be honest and say, okay, I wouldn't ref for free. I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, Ant, that I said that I don't referee for money, because I do. Anyway, thanks for watching. If there's a topic that you want me to chat about, this is obviously going out as a podcast, but if there's a topic you want me to cover and chat about, drop it in the comments. Let's have a little think about that one. Another one that's coming up definitely very soon is how the FAA want to monopolise their referees and not get them to referee what they call unaffiliated football, but basically it's football that they don't have any stake in. They want to control all football. All football. It's an interesting topic. I have a guess which side of the debate I'm going to be on for that one. Like a debate, like there's someone else here. But yeah, there we go. That's the next video. But that's the end of this one. Thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know all that. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.